Uh-oh. So, it's not a Void Doll stream without a little bit of the Void breaking into stream and fucking shit up. It's just not. It's just not. Alright. Alright. Looks like we're working. Looks like we're back up in fucking running.
Nope,
So we're
absolutely not.
starting on an off note. Are you ready? Malcolm. Remind me, were you already in the taxi headed to the courthouse?
Yes, Malcolm was in his Uber cleaning up with the free water bottles to get some of the blood and dirt off of his face and hands before he gets there.
As you pull up to the courthouse, I need you to roll a wits and an insight.
Wits and insight. Get to roll my new dice. 3 successes.
You step out of the door. The driver doesn't even really give you a chance to fully close the door before he's pulling away, and you don't blame him. Ushering you forward is a wave of malice. A thick vat of swirling. You can almost breathe this stuff in. A very old Kindred waits for you inside. And it is not your sire. What would you like to do?
I think taking that in, Malcolm pauses for a moment, kind of rolls his shoulders back, and affects what he to himself calls his Octavius face, which is his best attempt at mimicry of Octavian. And he will make his way into the courthouse, confident as though he belongs there, because he does. He was summoned, and he will deal with whatever comes out.
Okay. I'm gonna let you choose what you roll here. You can either roll charisma or manipulation or composure. With a subterfuge.
Subterfuge. I will roll manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay. For this,
Yes.
you are allowed to rouse the blood.
I will rouse the blood.
Okay, make a rouse check.
Fail.
All right, your hunger increases.
Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. You feel like you've put yourself together like a fitted puzzle. A mask set in place. Your beast is just a reverberation in your chest and spine. You can almost feel it sitting down on your hips, causing a bit of pressure as each step you feel it purr and rumble, a secondary entity, both in your corner and rooting for your demise. The interior of the courthouse is old. The wooden floor creaks underfoot. You can smell the lemon pine scent of recent wax and wash of all of the old clocks, tables, low-end tables. They've got those nice wide couches with the wingback chairs for those sitting, waiting for their lawyer, their court date. Petty, human, criminal and non-criminal cases alike. You can smell lingering perfume as you pass by the restroom that mortals use. You no longer. You can smell that someone hasn't taken out the trash. You can smell the bloods therein. Let your imagination run on that one. It's a little irritating. And as you continue down this hallway, the hard-packed, almost speckled, coiled tight carpet underfoot, that's like carpet over cement, so it's very uncomfortable. It sharply turns to the right. And down this hallway, facing off with the typical meeting room on the left end, which is an old oak door. Or the jury room. You notice that the jury room is open just a few inches, and you can smell night blooming flowers and greenery, like a roll-on herbal perfume, not a man-made perfume. No, this smell reminds you of essential oils. Roll intelligence and an occult as you slowly make your way forward to the jury room.
Okay. 1 success.
1 success?
Mm-hmm.
It's only when you get close to the door that you, why your mind is singularly focused on this, you couldn't say, but it is definitely a homemade perfume. And it's doing an excellent job of covering a different scent. Through the 4 inches of door that's open, you see something horrific. Her flesh is cracked with wide fissures that seep and ooze. Her mouth may have been human once, but now it is perpendicular to the floor. Where her nose should be is the top of her lip, then splitting the face in half down the chin is the rest of her mouth. And when she speaks, it is not English that falls from the malformed lips. If demons were real, you imagine this is what they would sound like. The aura that precedes her is fierce, and you realize why the herbal perfume is so intense. Because as the doors open and Octavian ushers you in, introducing your guest, the smell of rot and decay tickles the very back of your skull, defiling your entire nose cavity. And you find yourself swallowing, but you manage, with your earlier successes, you manage not to offend. As your guest stands, her skin cracks and seeps anew, and it is not blood, but pus. And she... and she motions a hand out to you, 3 fingers. The middle finger, which are the human 2 that have been twisted and elongated with an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 knuckles. The hand reminds you of a nighttime creature, a nocturnal thing that reaches far into the hollows of trees. But she extends it to you. Roll an etiquette and an intelligence.
Intelligence and etiquette. That is 2 successes.
2 things. Tyrant, what is Malcolm thinking when he steps into the jury room?
His first thought is to take in this creature and wonder just what the hell Octavian is getting them into. But he tries to keep that off of his face, keeping his face as blank and neutral as he can.
Okay. Her hand is outstretched to you. This is number 2. She expects you to kiss a black diamond ring on that very long, extended, twisted middle finger. And Octavian is giving you the eyes to do so.
With a quick glance to Octavian, just kind of checking, he will step forward and take her hand to kiss the ring, and then step back with his head bowed out of respect.
My lady, Magdalene, my childer, Malcolm. Malcolm, the Primogen. The Nosferatu clan.
You hear her voice in your mind, which is crazy because it's like verbal subtitles over the demonic slapping wet sounds, the growling and the hissing of her malformed mouth. And it's a pleasant voice. It is a pleasure to meet you, Malcolm. Your sire speaks highly of your loyalty and your aptitude.
It is an honor to meet you, and I do apologize for making you both wait.
She looks at the way she moves as well is very almost skittery. You actually see her unfold again, and she stands about 7 feet high. So there's one stand, and then it's like her spine grows even longer as she straightens and brushes her skirt, all black, beautiful funerary lace, and says, I only just arrived moments before you. Your lateness is excused. You are very polite. And dare I say, and when she moves her shoulders, you see that there is a second set of shoulders underneath the armpits and 4 pair of breasts. The look that Octavian gives you, I would like you to roll a wits and an insight on.
That's 4 successes.
He's giving you a look that says you should be grateful to me. You should thank me that you're handsome and strong. Like he's just looking at you like you're a prized jewel, eyes glittering. He's very proud of you. And he's very proud of himself in this moment. But the Primogen continues in your mind while her vocalizations are monstrous. I did not come simply for a house call or to see how you were faring, Octavian. I came to inquire as to the tome. And he says,
Yes. I'm still looking.
She says, indeed. We had agreed you would have it by the solstice.
There was a complication. Small. But regardless, it gets a little messy with humans.
She has the most disgusted look in her eye. You're having a hard time with mortals.
They are not mine to interfere with, my lady. They are important to a kindred that we mutually respect. And she tilts her head and then she lowers herself down. So she's like 5'9" now. And the way she's standing, like you thought she was sitting, but she's actually like in a Z shape. And when she like squats almost, but not quite, because everything about her body is wrong, it's almost like a centipede taking a sit in a chair. I don't understand why you can't manipulate them. It's difficult to offend a warlock. However, Malcolm is friends with the warlock clan in mass. And and he gives you a look that says, I'm sorry. I would offer a blood rite. She tilts her head. I will acquire the tome for you with Malcolm's help. And as he is my pride and joy, I will allow you to make him swear a blood oath. And then he looks at you.
Malcolm is watching Octavian as he speaks. His face has remained perfectly neutral, and at the suggestion of the blood rite, he turns to look at the Primogen and inclines his head. I'm happy to offer my services in whatever capacity you might need.
She attempts a smile, but it opens up a wound in her neck where you see that there are teeth in the wound. And she says, very well, I accept. He says, I need only an extra week to obtain the tome. With Malcolm's help, we will acquire it presently and personally deliver it. You are staying in Mass for some time? An extended holiday? She just, that perpendicular grin, like, just stretches and then suddenly snaps back. And you hear in your mind, you should not ask such questions of a lady. Is it not improper for a gentleman to inquire where she rests, a dainty maid, vulnerable? And it causes Octavian to yes, and you can only imagine the images she's pushing into his mind. Of course. And then she offers her wrist to you, gently peeling up the sleeve, and she says, your sire has given you to me to use until this is done. I think your sire and I, and even you, can agree that this is best for everyone. The arm is covered in sores and pus, leaking this milky, sticky liquid, like sap. And she motions for you to drink. I will come tomorrow eve, and the eve after, to solidify this agreement.
He glances to Octavian and then nods. As you wish. And steps forward to drink.
Okay, as you do, she lowers herself even further and then beckons you with her long, spindly fingers to kneel.
He will kneel.
You bite down?
Mm-hmm.
Roll resist frenzy.
That's a success.
Okay. Your heart is pounding. Your flesh tightening. It's just a sensation, though. The heart doesn't actually beat. Your vitae surges. The beast that was sitting on your hips starts rocking back and forth, shaking your ribcage as if it is its jail cell. It does not want to drink. It does not want to be owned. You are Ventru. How dare you bow? Octavian even winces. But it is the beast inside screaming for your princedom, your hierarchy, your capabilities, your kinghood. You are divinely favored, chosen by the vitae in your vein. All should worship you and despair. But you drink. You push back the bile that rises in your throat, and you actually receive a stain, for she is not preferred prey. And you go against your clan. When you finally pull away, Malcolm, she hands you a black square of silk, and in your mind she tells you to keep it. And then she licks where your mouth was on her wrist to close the wound. You can feel her putrid vitae, corrosive, hot, filtering out through your veins. It is unpleasant. Tense pleasantries are exchanged. The courthouse is then journeyed on a short, here's where humans do this, here's where humans do this. One of the bailiffs, who is a ghoul of Octavian's, and one of the judges and a few security guys are still therein, but none of them show themselves, but you can smell them. That being said, it's another hour before she's gone. It is an old world carriage that comes to pick her up, drawn by an emaciated, pale, white horse. She folds herself into thirds, and on tiny steps crawls therein. As the carriage is drawn away, Octavian lets out an unneeded breath. You served our family well this night.
There is a line of tension across Malcolm's shoulders as he watches the carriage pull away from beside Octavian, and he tilts his head slightly. I hope that this agreement will serve us more than in the immediate future.
She'll owe me a life debt. It's always good to have an ancillary in your pocket. Unless the beckoning takes her, and then I guess he doesn't say it. I didn't exactly tell you the truth on the phone, and I apologize for that, Malcolm.
It would have been nice to know what to expect, but
It's not safe to say such things. Smartphones nowadays.
too easy to track, and I would have done the same thing regardless. in service of you, Octavian.
Good, my boy. Good. And he pats your shoulders. You are the best son anyone could ask for.
Thank you, Father.
Now tell me, why do you smell of supernatural blood that is not ours?
And then his palm slides up to your pulse. His both hands are just hypnotically rubbing where your pulse would be, and his eyes bore into yours.
Where were you?
Do you remember Omega?
His lips thin.
And?
I thought he was gone.
Tight smile.
So did I. You're saying he's back?
He was heavily wounded in the woods across from my apartment.
For certain. Well. Something like him wounded is dangerous to our kind and mortals alike. Perhaps you should come stay at the manor. For your safety. You can't have one of those raging. After all, when they do, well, they can't extinguish their own family, can they? Friend and foe alike are torn asunder. So, I will insist to keep you safe. My son, you come stay at the manor with us. Please. I would hate it if anything were to happen to you.
I'll be fine, but if it will assuage your concern, how can I turn down such an invitation?
And he, his hands move away and from your neck, and one moves over your unbeating heart, and the other squeezes your shoulder, and he pats your chest. That's my lad. That's my lad. So, what else happened with your night? You were quite late? Was it...
There's something in the woods besides injured animals. I lost time. I'm not sure exactly what happened in that span of 3 hours.
Curious. Do you feel any different?
No. A little unsettled that I ran into Omega in the state that he was in, but
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. The kind heal from anything. Just about.
I'm sure you're right. Besides, there are more important things to deal with, aren't there?
Absolutely. Like you, for example. Did you check yourself for wounds or strange markings?
He glances down to himself, and there's a look of contriteness on his face as he shakes his head. My concern was getting here quickly once I realized how much time has passed.
Of course. Like any good son. But come along. Let's get you to better conditions. Maybe call the family doctor.
And by family doctor, he means your preferred feed.
I certainly wouldn't turn that down.
Excellent. And he starts leading the way to the basement that connects to a tunnel that leads to a parking garage where his driver and several of his ghouls await. When he steps out of the tunnel entrance, he motions with a grin
and says, "No one worry. Your Baron has arrived." A couple of the ghouls like clap, like golf clap, just humoring him. But there's like an adoration. Two of them he's promised to turn eventually. One, you know, is a ghoul due to some sort of contract. The ghoul that is contract, he has a really long name, but he goes by Max, and he holds the door open for you. And he's giving you this look. I would like you to roll an insight and an intelligence.
That is 4 successes.
It isn't quite pity, but it is concern. And it makes you wonder what he knows and what he's not saying.
Malcolm moves to get into the car and locks eyes with Max, and he smiles, but there is a tightness to his smile. And he's very careful that this expression does not cross his face as he gets into the car with Octavian.
Sorry, I was muted. In the car, Octavian playfully taps Malcolm's knee
And says, "Why the long face?"
I suppose I didn't expect to be as affected by the return of my past as I was. I'm worried.
It's been nigh a decade, hasn't it? It will fade in time.
I'm sure you're right, and there's no reason for me to seek him out.
Absolutely. After all, it would be considered quite the betrayal to your covenants, to your promises to your family. We are still important to you, right? Unless you decided you don't love us anymore.
I hold you and our family above all things, Octavian. That has not changed.
This is why you're my favorite. You'll make a great Baron, Malcolm. You understand the sacrifices necessary to keep everything smooth, cunning.
I've only managed to learn from the best. I have you to thank for that.
Don't flatter me. Right. So this tome. And he leans in. It isn't so much a tome as a set of pages. And he begins to explain what they may look like. And you're just envisioning an old Colosseum report. As the driver slowly but surely taking the twists and turns out of Mass to the family estate.
gonna take a quick bathroom break right here. Be right back. And we're back. Hello. Hello. All right, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
You get a phone call. And the ringtone that your phone makes is not something you recognize. In fact, you've never heard it before.
Evan would look at it kind of confused at first and then just answer. Yellow?
You don't recognize the voice. But he says, I gotta look at your last name. Oh my gosh, I just blinked on it. You don't have a last name written down. He says, Mr. Last name, Evan.
This is him.
Good. Very good.
Is this about an extended warranty?
A warranty on your unlife, perhaps. Supposedly you are my great grandchilder. And let's say I'm in town and interested in having lunch. I'm told you're quite the musician.
That I am.
Good. Bring the tools of your trade.
And he spouts off an address.
He pulls out a little flip book off one of the counters.
Should
just jots it
you
down.
feel threatened, by all means, bring friends.
And the line goes dead, without him ever having left a name.
He didn't even tell me a time.
You get the impression he means now. What do?
He just sighs kind of heavily, shoots Delta a text. This guy's asking to meet me for lunch. Here's the address if you don't hear from me. And then forwards the contact information if there was any from the call.
Just a series of zeros for the phone number. The name and caller ID unknown.
And he'll go and grab a case out of the other room that's still dark. And then put on a jacket, grab his keys and everything, and head to the address.
Okay, so you get out to your car, perched on top of your hood is the all-black cat.
He'll kind of stop in his tracks and just stare for a second. And just speaking to the cat. Delta didn't seem to like you.
A slow, lazy blink. And then the cat begins to purr.
He just kind of stands there awkwardly, thinking for a minute. It's like, Ligma, yeah, Ligma, I need to get a tag for you.
The cat hisses. And then she hops off your hood and saunters up your porch, throws herself on the mat.
If you want to hang out till I get back, that's fine. But I need to kind of go. It seemed kind of urgent.
Just another slow, myopic blink.
He just shrugs and then goes to loading up his equipment in the car.
Okay. What do you bring?
This time, just kind of a single cello case.
Okay. Right, and you head to the address?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Halfway there, your phone rings. Only this time, it's, seems like there's a running gag where you'll change her text tone, she'll change yours. And so when the vocals of so horny, so horny starts playing through the interior of your car, you can't help but chuckle because you're not sure when she had a chance to get your phone and change it, but you know, she's pretty crafty.
He kind of danced to that a little bit as it's playing, then answer.
Hey, so creepy. That's weird. No name, just some weird, you know, K-word shit, huh?
Yeah, they said they're a long, or not really long lost, but a distant relative.
Do they do that? Do they do that? They do that?
I mean, apparently.
What are you, can you go tomorrow? Can you, like, rain check? You know, maybe when I could go with you.
No, I have the thing tomorrow. I can't do it tomorrow. It
Right.
works better for today.
Oh shit, that's right, the thing. I can't
And
believe
then,
I forgot about the thing.
and then you left kind of early, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And you hear in the background a deep voice, and then she suddenly covers the phone. You can hear it like up against probably like her shoulder. So it's like, and then she's like, "Sorry. Okay, I'll meet you there. Yeah. Yep, I'm gonna meet you there. I'll be right there."
Okay, I'll see.
Yeah. Don't go in without me.
And I'll wait in the parking lot.
Okay, good. And she hangs up.
Hmm.
What's going through Evan's mind?
He's just thinking how it's kind of odd with everything. Like, she was upset about the cat, and now, after leaving so urgently, she wants to come back and meet him again. Just that kind of stuff. Just wondering what's behind it and the actions.
Okay, roll for me a dexterity and a drive.
Oh no. One success.
You drive smoothly. However, when the blue and red lights flash behind you, you're kind of compelled to pull over. The squat, wide cop that gets out is familiar. He hangs out at Jenny's sometimes. His name's Bob. You're kind of on a first name basis, and Anyways, he sidles up, knuckle knocks on your front door window.
He reaches over, rolls it down. It's like, hey, Bob, how you doing?
Hey, Evan. Your registration's coming up. Just thought I'd let you know.
Bob is bored.
Already?
Yeah, I don't know, running some numbers and... Look, I just recognized your car and pulled you over, okay? I wanted to see how you were doing.
I'm doing good tonight. I'm guessing it's slow around here.
Yeah, I mean, there was an animal attack up in the Northwood, but, you know, they gave that to the new guy. When I showed up, my sarge told me to head back to the streets. Anyways, you playing at Jenny soon?
Yeah, there's a private event tomorrow, it sounds like, and then I think next Thursday.
Oh, cool. Cool, I'll definitely be there. You coming to pool?
Sure, what day this week?
It's Friday. Pool night on Friday. We're going up against the slick holes. Are you gonna actually play with the league?
Oh, those
or?
guys.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna beat Valerie this time. I mean, maybe she'll let me take her out. And he like slaps the side of your car. Hey, I got some donuts in the beat. Do you want a couple? I know that's kind of stereotypical, but look, they're not typical at all. Look, let me just get you one, okay? And he heads back to his cruiser. And he comes back.
Evan will kind of fish around, pull out a napkin and wrap it in.
He comes back. It isn't a napkin. It is, oh man, you wish you could eat. It is a homemade scone that has been plugged and stuffed with custard. Homemade. This stuff is the new donut shop in town. They're like Bud Pal's Hawaiian. They got some weird name, but the whole spiel is everybody wears Hawaiian shirts. That works at the donut place.
You gotta try this. Stuff is amazing.
Oh, I definitely will try it. I'm actually on my way to dinner right now, so I'll try it afterwards. If
You and the
don't mind, I'll let you know how it
girl!
is when we come play.
You and the girl. How's that going? And he like leans on your car like he really wants to talk.
And it's going, but she will definitely kill me if I'm late, if you know what I mean.
Roll a manipulation or a charisma and an etiquette.
Da-da. That is 4 successes.
All right. He picks up on what you're putting down and right.
You're right. You're right. Us as bachelors, you know. Anyways, I'll get back to my donuts. Hey, maybe you can come early to pool and we can hang out a little, Evan. That would be kind of cool.
You can
Oh
smell.
yeah, I'll definitely try.
You can smell the desperation. It's like old laundry and sweat. But his sweat has a pleasant, friendly, pre-diabetic flavor to it. A little sugary.
Yep. He pats your car a couple times. See you on Friday, Evan.
Hey, I'll shoot you a text if I end up having some fun this week.
Oh yeah, he grins. Cool. I'll
Yeah, just text me what days you actually are off shift.
got him in the doghouse right now. I work every day this week, but I got long lunch, so and it's boring around here. I mean, if it's not boring, I'd tell you about it. That animal attack. They were saying it's bears. Crazy, huh? Anyways.
Bears?
Yeah, they said they found a body just ripped apart. Wish I could have seen it. But like I said,
Where was that at?
Northwood, that new construction. You know where they're gonna just level the woods out there? And he like is back at your car, like, oh, Evan wants to talk. Woohoo! He's actually got this really cute kind of jelly belly that when he like gets excited, there's a bit of a wiggle. I mean, he's not quite fat, but he's definitely like a short dad bod. Yeah, he's not unattractive either. He is pleasantly average.
Yeah, that site. That sucks that they want to get rid of all those woods.
Oh yeah, you should hear some of the beat fuzz in the morning. They're all talking about it being haunted. Apparently a construction worker guy fell and broke his head open. Yeah.
Those guys don't like to be safe for some reason.
The weirdest thing. Apparently he was all strapped up like he was supposed to be, but it looked like they snapped. Someone said there was foul play and cutting, but I guess there was a whole like internal investigation and it said it was an accident. So I don't know. Weird stuff happening though. I don't know.
That is.
I mean, we're pretty close to Salem, Massachusetts. It's kind of, and Halloween's coming up, so witches, man. And he laughs. Speaking of,
Yeah, witches.
Speaking of, do you got any Halloween plans? Are you and the girl doing anything? There's like that a little old disco place. They used to have like a meet and greet sort of thing where everybody would. I mean, I don't know, like skating and stuff. At least they did when I was younger. I don't know if they still do. Maybe the courthouse is gonna throw one of those big masquerade balls again. That's always fun. The Bucali family or Buccelli or Broccoli family or whatever. What are they called?
Yeah.
The snobby guys that live in the Black Mansion?
I'm not really sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Just a bunch of rich snobs. Nobody needs that much money. I mean, but if you wanted me as a sugar baby, I'd be okay with it.
Evan kind of nods at that statement.
Yeah. Anyways, nice. It was nice to talk to you, Evan. You just got this like magnetism. I don't know what it is about you, Evan, but it's just like you're like one of those bug zappers, and I'm like a moth. I don't know. Don't mean to be weird, but I'm perfectly straight, but it's just something
I get
about
what
you.
you're putting down.
Yeah, there's just something about you. You're a
It's
great
a
guy.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you from again? Like California? Maybe it's that.
Not quite California, but Midwest.
Close enough. Cool. Well, hey, if you ever want to come over and watch some MASH with me, I make a real mean TV dinner.
Oh man, you know the way straight to my heart.
He laughs and he knocks on the side of your door and he's like, "All right, well, I'll let you go."
All right, I'll talk to Dell about the Halloween plans and let you know from there.
Yeah. She might want to come over for TV dinner too. I got enough.
I don't know if that's her jam though.
Oh, she strikes me as the type of girl that'll eat anything. I saw her bite into an onion once.
Oh?
Yeah. I mean, somebody dared her to, and they said, "Don't be a wussy," and she said, "I'm not a wussy," and anyways, it kind of escalated.
Yes, as soon as you're called out, you kind of have to.
I don't know why she's like that, but, to each their own. Hey, man, it was good talking to you.
Talking to you as well, Bob.
Catch you later, Evan.
All right, talk to you later.
And he gets back in his cruiser. And then you get a call from him, like a minute later. And he's like, "Hey, tell me what you think about that donut when you try it, okay? I got a bunch more. If you like it, I'll pick you up one. Another one when I see you again."
I definitely will let you know how it is.
TV donuts and Hawaiian Guys donuts. TV donuts? TV dinners and Hawaiian Guy donuts. Sounds like a date. Catch you later, Evan.
Catch you later.
Just a pleasant little jelly bean of a man. And you wait.
Evan's just kind of smiling after the conversation.
You wait till his brake lights stop at the stop sign. A couple yards ahead of you, take a left, and he vanishes down to suburbia, just trolling the streets with this sleepy little
Massachusetts town. And when he leaves, it kind of feels like the light leaves too.
All of their names are cringe. Boy Pone, soft liberal man.
And you're kind of left with this looming dread of a feeling. Meeting a strange kindred, for quotations, lunch.
Evan just kind of like rolls his shoulders and everything and just stretches a little bit, trying to work through the feeling.
All right.
And then he'll set off again. He needs to meet Delta there, so he doesn't want her to get there before he does.
When you pull up to the cemetery, you really want to say you're surprised. You really do. But when the address matches a grand, dark purple marbled mausoleum with veins of glittering gold up the front and side columns, like this is the bougiest burial place ever.
Alright, let me get my rank 3.
And it has an address.
That one, I don't know.
The man, or family name, is Sigmund. How close do you get to the mausoleum? Or do you wait in the narrow lane that is the parking lot for the cemetery for Dell?
He's going to get out of the car, sit up next to it, and just wait. But he'll make a note of the name on the mausoleum.
So you're going to sit next to the mausoleum or your car?
The car. He's going to like lean on the car and wait.
Okay. Roll a wits and awareness.
Four.
Sorry, you're gonna hear my coffee. I thought I was gonna have a second to. It's gonna. Yeah, sorry. Do you have sense the unseen? Check your discipline.
I do not.
Oh. All right. But with 4 successes, you feel that you are not alone. And that a set of eyes watches you from somewhere in the glooming dark.
Is 2 crits 2 or 4?
4.
Okay, 6. I'm sorry.
Give me one check. All right, with a 6, it's coming from the mausoleum. But without the discipline, sense the unseen, you're not sure what or who. Do you even have eyes of the beast?
No.
Good. That's fine. Nope, that's totally cool. I love this. You're getting predator vibes. Watching its prey, waiting for the perfect time to strike feelings. In fact, when you look down at your hands, And that little inch of skin between your cuffs and your jacket, it's all prickly, goose flesh. How long do you wait for Dell?
He is going to wait until she gets there.
It is 45 minutes later, when her vehicle pulls up. But it isn't her behind the wheel. A severe-looking man gazes at you through the window that is rolled up on the passenger side. You don't recognize him, but the threat and the aggression, that's what I'm looking for. The threat and aggression is clear. In her car. Oh, an intelligence and an insight.
Or
It is a claim. His ass parked in her driver's seat. It's funny too, because she drives a little VW and he's obviously large. What do you do?
he'd approach the vehicle and knock on the window. If they don't roll it down by the time it gets there.
Okay. As you approach, he begins to pull away. You want to do something else, or?
I'm thinking of something. Let me DM it to you real quick.
No problem. Whisper away. Oh! I see what disciplines you have now, Evan! All right. Go ahead and roll a... Damn, Goodness me gracious. Let me look at your character sheet for just a moment. Yes, okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity and athletics to get in there. And, we're gonna change the music based on what you roll.
That's 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Oh no, I fucked up the music shift, but don't worry, I got it this time. Here we go, ready? Okay, you blink into the passenger seat, almost ripping the little door off. The only thing that keeps you from ripping it off is the fact that this is Dell's car and she loves this thing. It is her favorite car, it is white and powdered blue, and she's named it after one of her favorite Chinese drama characters, whoever that is. She's been making you watch them. It's a little hard to pronouncement per se to speak, to say the names. Great. English. He looks surprised. And now that you're in this tiny enclosure with him, and you get a whiff of him, you worry that, uh-oh. As he says, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck does she smell like you? And he hits the gas. And the two of you are careening down a straight way, right towards a cross. And the light is red. And you can smell his rage as it begins to boil.
The better question is, why are you driving her car?
He grits his teeth. He's like, fucking lick. I smell it now. And he breathes in. You piece of shit. And he looks back at the road. Upshifting so he can go a little faster. And a little turbo engine kicks into gear. The light's still red. There a little bit of traffic. He seems to just be grinding his molars, just considering whatever implications he's considering. Muttering under his breath about how much of a slut she is. Fucking bitch. A little slut. You kidding me? A fucking lick?
You can see Evans getting agitated by his body language, but he wants to persuade this guy to stop. Can we just talk for a minute? Can you slow down? Can we stop?
You wanna fucking talk? Hit me, bitch. Give me a reason to shift.
I run a shift.
He just deadpan looks at you as the two of you like fly through the red light. There are two cars that just happen to be crossing. There's the crunch of metal and glass as those two slam into each other, and the little rabbit, oh man, it hits one of those sloping hills. It's got the really thick, heavy gutter, and her back end shoots out sparks as it scrapes. The weight of both of you, well, maybe mostly this guy, just ka-chunk! And you know that Dell would be crying right now. My baby car! I can't believe you have you fed from her? You fucking bit her yet?
Why the fuck would I do that?
Because she's a fucking slut, that's why. And you're her piece of shit ass. You're her undead motherfucking can't even get it up dick. And he slams the steering wheel. No way, Dell! A fucking Kindred? Ugh! And he scrubs his face. And he like turns the wheel really hard, and you need to roll a dexterity to stay in the car.
That is one success.
All right. So as he turns, he like reaches over. He elbows you in the side, opens your door, and you kind of slide out a bit, but you manage to pull yourself back in, shutting the door with one. And he's just going as fast as he can around turns and corners. Like, you know, almost dangerously so. And he's just like, I can't fucking believe it. We take a 6 months hiatus, 6 fucking months, and you move in? You sleeping with her? You slept with her yet?
No.
Huh. She must not
She's
really
done with
be
from the sound of
fucking into
things.
you. She's never done with
She's
me.
not into you.
Then why did she answer my call? What'd she call you? Bevan? What the fuck was your name? And then his phone starts ringing.
Can I roll to pull the key out of the ignition?
You know what? Yes. You sure can. All right. Go ahead and roll a dexterity and a athletics, and he's going to roll. Wait. Are you yanking, or are you trying to finesse this?
Finesse it.
Okay, then you want to roll a
She loves her
dexterity.
car.
dexterity and athletics, right? And he's gonna try and stop you.
Actually,
Gonna blood surge?
no, my passive's still active.
Yes. So you gotta add extra dice. 1, 2. I'll allow you to add your blood potency for extra dice.
Hold on, I'm reading this other thing as well. Six.
Okay. All right. So you reach over to grab the key, very quick. I mean, it's just a rapid blink 1, 2. But his hand comes down, slamming over yours, and he's like, "Sorry, fucking sweetheart." And then he's gonna bring his fist up to pummel you into the mouth, like you have multiple. You gonna try and stop him? You're now in combat, as he is careening and driving. And he's the whole, like, you can smell that he wants to cry. Like, he's really upset about you and Dell and lots of things. But he's going to try and bring that, holding your hand, bring his fist up into your face. What do you do? Evan Aroni?
I just realized I was talking to you and muted. Yay.
Oh.
What do I roll for a round check?
You just roll 1 d10 or 1 vampire dice.
That's what I'm rolling to do, by the way.
Okay.
And I'm good. So, what all do I actually have to roll for that?
Okay, so it's going to be dexterity and brawl. Or strength and brawl, depending on if you want to hurt him. So basically how combat works is you describe what you want to do, you make a roll, I pick what you roll, you make the roll, I set the DC, then I roll for him, and I describe what happens. Because combat doesn't happen in an initiative round, it happens all at once. So everybody moves at the same time. And it's just one big narrative event. So let's say, just to give you some examples for my newer players and chat, let's say Evan wants to jump behind him and put him in a chokehold to get him to pass out. Obviously, this guy is of a living variety, and if there's oxygen is cut off to brain, he'll pass out. You could even try to bite him, but again, you are dealing with, you think, a supernatural, very well aligned with what Delta is. And if that is the case, and he rages, and he shifts, you're in big trouble. He will probably destroy the bug, because he'll be huge, depending on his form. Another example is, let's say Evan wants to get out of the car and slash the tires. Yes, it will ruin her tires, but tires can always be bought. Granted, if he crashes the bug, then, well, you get the gist. So think along those lines what you would want Evan to do, or what Evan would do. What emotions would drive him forward? He's roused the blood, which means his beast is active. Rousing the blood brings that beast right to the surface, and every clan the beast is a little different. For Toreador, it's all about the beauty. The beautiful things. The wonderful. And this man is not being very wonderful. So, is Evan more inclined to physically end his life, or just hinder him? It's up to you.
He would go for hindering right this second.
What is he gonna do?
To hinder him, not to try and end life right this second.
Okay. How does Evan want to do that? There's a lot of options, and I can give you hints, but it will increase the DC.
Oh, he would try to dodge the incoming attack
Okay.
with his face, like move that out of the way, but at the same time go for his throat with his free hand.
Okay. So you are going to roll a strength and athletics. Actually, we'll do brawl because you're both kind of grappling.
Does the specialty get anything for that?
Yes. You will get to add your blood potency. Sorry, I'm changing your character sheet. Blood potency plus another extra dice for circumstance.
That's 5, but a bestial failure as well on the blood.
I just found like the perfect image. Look at this. Venus gif. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Did you hear that, Copic?
Yep. Let me see. Let me roll for him. So you're trying to hinder him, but your beast wants him to die. So that's gonna play in here. Damn. Okay. All right. You beat him. Not only do you dodge, and his fist holding your fist go through the headboard. Like head cushion. Your claws come out and up, and you slash open that throat. As his blood begins to pour down his chest, splashing over the console and the white leather, a rumbling growl exits his chest, and it is like a thunderdome. It's a thunderous bellow. And one of his arms shifts into a very thick, black-haired, clawed hand. And he's gonna try and push you out of the car through the motherfucking door. Would you like to dodge or meet him metal for metal?
I mean, he still has my other hand, right?
He's let it go at this point.
And he'd probably go for a dodge.
Okay. Roll a dexterity and athletics.
That is 4.
Evan. You hit the pavement with a hard crunch. And her car, the door having flown off behind you, screeches to a halt inches from your boot, and her little bug peels out, continuing on. As he beat you by 4 successes.
Oof.
The power behind him is insane. You're a little scraped up. It's nothing aggravated, nothing a little time and maybe a little blood wouldn't heal. Thank goodness you're wearing a leather jacket, but the motherfucker's destroyed it. You've just got a couple bruises, a couple scratches as you stand or lay there. I don't know, it's up to you.
He'd stand.
You watch as whoever that was makes off with her car. And you're standing
Fuck.
in the road. We're gonna slowly zoom out and slide to our next kindred. Jihoon.
Yes.
No, blood all over the interior. You guys.
Poor car.
You kill me. The task that Magnus has set you on is a strange one. You are looking into accounts of someone who has been dead 100 years. He has an odd name, too. Freeman Sigmund. Both last names, but Freeman is his first name. Sigmund, his family name.
Into financial accounts or everything?
Everything. He has you use the computer that he calls the Mist, which is the equivalent of a nuclear weapon of computers. Your fingers kind of tingle as you're touching the holographic keyboard and using your eyes as a mouse. It reads the retina display, allowing you to continue working and hacking on its screen. The artificial intelligence that also runs Mist. You can hear her voice through the earpiece in your head. Hacking is a lot like a casual conversation, but far more intelligent, requiring you to roll a technology and intelligence.
Okay. That's not a problem. And are we going to use any of those other thingies on the back? The special thingamabob on the reverse? Remember your note?
Remember my note. Mm-hmm.
Also, I have a what do you call that? It's like the subspecialty in hacking and cybersecurity and in coding. So I don't know if I get a special thing for having a specialty.
Yeah, you
skill.
get to add an extra dice, and because you're using
Okay,
Mist, you
thank
get another dice on top of that. But you don't really need it with your like pool of like 13. But whatever.
Very true. Let's see. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
8 successes.
That's
All right.
gross.
So this is Jihoon. Here you go. I got the perfect image for Jihoon.
Oh no!
Don't worry. I just found it. It's Widowy the best. So as you begin to type, her voice chimes in. Welcome. Good afternoon. What can I find for you, Ji-hoon?
Freeman Sigmund.
Freeman
Time of death.
Sigmund.
Yes. Does the AI have a name?
Mist.
Okay.
Yep. The Mist computer. Her name is Mist. Or she'll
I'm
read
gonna-
you her serial number.
I'm gonna DM you something really quick. Hold on.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. No. Nope, only by very,
me?
very, very select few.
Okay.
It's a retina display, so your specific eyeball pattern actually unlocks her screen.
Okay. Because that's what I want to do as well.
She gives you his time of death and the news reports and obituaries. The first, Freeman Sigmund, it was a suspected homicide, poisoning. He was found, oddly enough, on a park bench. Eyes still
year?
open, looking up almost exactly 100 years ago to the day. Oh, sorry. Sorry, not 100 years ago. Like 170. Almost 200 years ago.
Eyes open.
Eyes open, head tilted back to look up at the moon. He died the eve of All Hallows. Back in the day.
Missed. Location of death, please.
Massachusetts.
And you said, Missed, that there are more reports of his death?
Correct. And she pulls up like a journal. According to a Lady Magdalene. Note the name. There are letters she pulls up between Sigmund and Magdalene. Love letters. Running away together. And then suddenly Sigmund saying, I can't see you. These letters eventually were destroyed. These are a recreation, a litany, and also a... And she describes a word that Ji-hoon actually needs to think about for a second. That means eating the brain. Gathering information. And it takes Ji-hoon a second to be like, what the hell? Because he's thinking in terms of mortality, and then he realizes reading minds. A Kindred read minds and delved into this death. And Mist walks you through a step-by-step as Freeman Sigmund was turned into a Kindred, and his true death was by diablerie of Freeman Sigmund the Third.
On a side screen, I would pull up Lady Magdalene.
Mrs. Access denied.
Missed what?
Denied.
Why?
Magdalene is visiting.
Visiting where?
Mass, Massachusetts. On vacation. With her childer.
Missed find childer.
Childer. Cyber kitten. Hacker extraordinaire. Miss 2.0. You will recognize them as Tenta Pussy in your emails.
You're telling me... You're telling me that their childer...
Is able to access the network.
This is unacceptable.
I agree.
What do you say... You and I have a bit of fun?
Fun. Does
10-minute break. What do you...
Jihoon have fun?
No. But anything that... fucks with Tentapussy? The irreverent piece of shit.
I agree. I dislike Tenta Pussy very much.
Last time we did it in 12.
10. We
Do it
will
in 10.
do it in 10. What shall we do today?
Jihoon kind of stretches out his hands, you know, making sure he doesn't give himself any carpal tunnel. Not that he thinks he can get it anymore, but just kind of cracks his knuckles. Let's see, Mist. Let's,
And you see her, like, doing something, and then all of a sudden, security camera pops up from your home and says, Jihoon, who is this? And you see a messy dude.
Holy fuck. Oh. Why today? Why today? Jihoon is like so frustrated. He is so incredibly irritated that there is somebody in his personal space. It is agitating. It feels like it's as if somebody is scraping their nails against a chalkboard or biting on a metal fork. And that's what it feels like in his brain. He's so upset because not only is Tentapussy invading his work, his space, his research, but now he's got some strange, intriguing, deliciously irritating wolf in his house.
Should I arm the snipers?
Mist, call the home number.
Calling home. You watch the wolf who's just come through your window. Like he suddenly like jumps, and out of nowhere, a pair of ears and a tail like unfurl and like puff, and he drops down like whoa, almost like a cat.
My teeth are grinding. Pick up the phone. There's almost a sense of like him kind of not really understanding why he's like he knows that he doesn't like people in his space, but there is this rumbling inside that is making him so beyond frustrated. He is really not happy.
Very carefully, the stranger tiptoes to the phone. And then he presses his back against a wall and looks left, looks right. And then picks up the phone and holds it to his ear. He doesn't say anything.
What the fuck are you doing in my house?
I was gonna say I'm not in your house. But that's obviously a lie.
I can see you.
Really?
Yes.
You see him lift his shirt? Can you still see me? And he kind of flexes his abs. Are you seeing this?
I'd rather not.
Where are you? And he's like looking up at the ceiling. Oh, and he points. And then he pinky waves.
What the fuck are you doing in my house?
You had some turkey in your freezer.
Huh?
I was gonna help myself. Can you see me really clearly, or am I kind of blurry?
Mist, zoom in.
Zooming. And she like zooms in on his face.
I can see you as clearly as I saw you this fucking early evening, whatever the fuck time it was.
I'm sorry, you flustered? I know I said I would come back tomorrow, but I guess I couldn't stay away. Hi. You know, not many people have cord landlines anymore. This is kind of fun. And he like does a little twirl. And Miss like zooms out. And in that twirl, like the phone line is wrapped around his waist. And he kind of sways him a little bit like he's listening to music that you can't hear.
What are you doing in my house?
I just came to get the turkey, but if you want me to stay, I can. Actually, I have to finish something first, and then I can come back.
Where are you going?
I have some prior things I gotta take care of. Are you...
I have to ask you something.
Sure. Yeah. Forget my question. It's not important.
Missed screen call. Is anyone else listening?
No. Only Mist. Would you like Mist to deafen?
Please private.
You hear the boop. And then you see like a little digital her on the holographic screen. She's got blue pigtails and like big old fox ears, and she's listening to music and just kind of swaying. And the music, if you move the headpiece, like the earpiece out, you can hear, "Girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna."
Gamma. That was your name, right?
Hi. It's good. It's good you remember. That's a point. And he licks his tongue and then like makes a tally in the air. And then he uncurls from the phone wire, and he's just kind of spinning it between his fingers. What's your question?
Jihoon is like, his hands are in the air, like he's like making a fist, trying to like shake off the irritation. Two things. Next time, just tell me when you're gonna come in to my house, okay?
Yeah, I'd love to. What's your number?
It's in the phone I gave you earlier, you dumbass.
Right, but I'm not using that phone because my old one still works.
Oh my... Use the new phone.
Can't.
Use the new phone.
I can't. Just
Why?
silly. Just because something looks broken doesn't mean that it is.
Jihoon's getting even more frustrated because that phone was so busted and it's
Very,
so ugly.
very
It's
broken.
so irritating. Why can you not just fucking listen? Use the new goddamn phone, please. Just, it's a new phone. Think of it as a present. For me. Jihoon kind of pulls like the face that Bella does in Twilight where she's like, oh, you know, same face.
Look. I really appreciate the gift. I do. And I promise I'm gonna cherish it. But I gotta
What, you
be
don't
honest.
trust me?
It's not that. It's not that I don't trust you. You're in my dad's office right now, right? I'm sorry, the sperm donor's office.
Yes, but this is a private location.
How private? Does he have access to what you're using right now?
Not unless I give it to him.
Really? That's surprising. I wonder why he would give that to someone else. And you actually watch as he stops twirling the phone cord, and he clenches into a fist.
What's wrong?
He must really like you. And he gets this look. And you recognize it. You don't know what it is, but you look at yourself that way in the mirror all the time. It is like this dead pan, lackluster gaze where the eyes just dim and the lines of the neck tighten. Pain.
So I only got 4 hours today.
Did I upset you?
No, not at all. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I know you're practically a stranger, but I'd rip my own
I
rib
can-
cage out for you.
What?
Yeah, kind of gruesome, but it's a thing, I guess. Cheers. Sorry.
Jihoon kind of puts a bookmark in that expression, something to possibly investigate later, because he doesn't really understand it himself. It's familiar, but at the same time, it's strange.
I'm gonna tell you something honest. Is that okay? I'm not really honest with many people, so I might be really fucking horrible at it, but if
Sure.
Shitface can't hear this, then... right, might as well.
He can't hear it.
My phone, it was also a gift. And, let's just say I can't get that person back, so I'm gonna hold on to it a little longer. Can I have your number for this phone? And he pulls out the shitty phone. I'm gonna get the screen repaired. I found someone on Craigslist. I know, it's archaic, but they're not that far out of town. Stupid. I shouldn't even share that. That's so dumb.
I could fix it for you.
You see the ears stand straight up. You can? And you're not sure he's aware of this, but his tail wags a little bit. And you notice there's like a natural curl to the tail, kind of like a little Shiba, a little bit. Yeah?
Yeah. Just
That's cool.
you don't have to keep the phone I gave you if you don't want.
No, I do. I will. It's mine. You gave it to me.
Okay, fine.
And then you notice when he turns, you see that every bandage you used on him is in his back pocket.
Throw those away.
I'm not going to throw the phone away.
Not the phone. Oh my. Oh God, that is disgusting.
He smells his underarms. You can't smell me through camera, right? They haven't made that technology.
Oh, the bandages in your fucking pocket. Oh, why are you holding on to those? Throw them away. It's dirty. It's so fucking dirty.
I'm a dirty boy. What can I say? He makes sure they're deeper in his pocket so you can't see him. But you can kind of see him poking through the hole. And there's a little hole in the jeans.
You are such a mess.
But I'm handsome.
I don't.
And he grins at the camera. When are you coming home?
I just got here.
Oh, bummer. You should leave work early.
And do what?
Me?
What?
Why not?
That's. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Okay, what did you want to tell me? What do you want to be honest about? What did you say?
Just my old phone's important. That's all. And it just
And you didn't want your dad to know.
no. I don't want him to know fuck about me and nothing. I don't even want him to know I'm alive. Look. Don't mention my name. Okay? Don't I'm a ghost. Okay? I don't exist. I'm long gone and dead.
Can I ask you a question?
Does it involve me staying in your house until you get home from work?
Just take a shower at least, will you? And whatever, just okay. Who did you fight with earlier today?
Oh, couple people.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Your brother?
Yeah, my sister, some cops, she had a lot of people, a bunch of people. But the reason my clothes were all singed is because I caught an RPG, but I threw it back like a frisbee. I threw it back. Oh, and he does a little move. I threw it back. You heard that song? That's a good song.
You what?
I almost blew myself up, but I'm really glad I didn't. I'm into really dangerous stuff. I should be honest, especially if we're gonna go steady and start dating and seeing each other more often.
Nobody's. No.
I'm kidding.
What are you talking about?
I'm kidding. I just like the sound of your voice. I can imagine those cheeks of yours turning red.
Just.
I know I just met you. It's crazy, but I really like the thoughts that I have thinking about you. And I'm not gonna apologize for that. This never happened to me before, so I don't know. Usually, I think people are just like fuck off and fuck on.
I, I, I don't.
Hey, I don't get it either, but why not lean into it, right? I mean,
What do you?
new, exciting, fun. I'm handsome.
I don't need anybody.
That's a lie. Everybody needs somebody.
I don't need anybody.
Hey, I've said those same words myself, and look at me.
I can do it myself. I can.
Of course.
It doesn't matter. Did you fight with your brother Alpha?
He goes still for a minute. Why?
We can talk about it later. Can you just... Is that who you fought with?
Yeah. And he reaches up to the back of his neck. Look, I'm gonna borrow that turkey.
Just stay there.
Promise not to be mad.
What?
Do your camera are they all over your house? Can you, if I put the
Ji-hoon starts scrolling through all the cameras in the house, and yes, there's one everywhere. Bedroom, spare room, kitchen, everywhere.
So in the hallway, you see the bathroom light is on, and there's steam coming from underneath the door.
Did you bring somebody else into my house?
He's harmless.
You... How many people are in my house right now?
3, 2, 3.
Are you...
2. Only 2. There's only 2 of us. I'm sorry. Only 2.
He is losing it. That flaw, his highly protective nature of his personal space, and the idea that somebody he has not met and even this stranger have now invaded his space, touching his
you'll like
things.
him. You'll like him. He's nice.
He's losing it.
He's-
I don't care.
I'm sorry.
You can physically hear like Ji-hoon like panicking on the other end of the phone, and he is losing it.
We're not gonna touch anything. Just the turkey.
Is there blood on my floor again?
No. I brought him in with the tarp.
What?
I was thoughtful. I brought him in with the tarp. I did hose him off, but
Oh my...
outside, but don't worry, I cleaned all the blood.
And you don't think people are gonna notice these things? Holy shit. Oh my...
Let's just say if they do, I'm not concerned about protecting what's mine.
Okay, just listen for a second. There's a spare bedroom. In the spare bedroom, in the closet, there is a set of sheets. Just
Hey,
put those on the bed. And if he needs, or you need to, or whoever the fuck is there needs to go
Ji-hoon.
and read.
Ji-hoon.
I don't... Shh.
Hey, it's okay. Everything's clean. Everything's exactly where it needs to be. You're okay. We're okay. Look at me. And he's like looking up at the camera. Look at me. Look at me. And those blue silver eyes are steady, directly in the camera's focal point. It's as if he's looking into your eyes. And he keeps repeating, it's okay. Everything's exactly where it needs to be.
Just promise me. This spare bedroom, just the sheets, okay? Please. Please.
I promise. And he puts
And
a hand
lock the front door.
puts a hand over his heart. I promise.
Lock the front door.
That's why I came in the window.
Use the door.
I'll think about it. And he winks. And mist comes in. 10-minute timer. Suspended. Magnus entering room. Terminating call. And as the door hisses open behind you, we're going to take our second bathroom break of the night. Sheesh. And we are back. Only this time, we're sliding over to Daniel, Zeta, and Sigma. We're outside to stowaways watch and listen. Noah,
Yeah.
roll a wits and awareness.
Nice. That's 3.
Okay, let me roll for Kappa. How close are you standing to Kappa? This is important.
I mean, I'm probably pretty close.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Kappa got 4 successes. And he actually like bumps into your shoulder. And he's like on his tippy toe. He's a little shorter than you. And you can actually feel. So the clothes that he wears like gives him the illusion of like being larger than you, but when he bumps into you, you're like, oh, he's so little. I wish I could touch him. He smells really nice too. And this is the wrong music to set this mood, but he's on his tiptoes looking through the like frosted buttery like bathroom window, trying his best to listen. Just like you can tell he's straining his ears, and you're a little distracted, but you're also straining your ears. But he smells really good. You wonder what he would taste like. Moving on.
Yeah.
Daniel,
Hmm.
I need you to roll an intelligence and an insight.
Okie dokie. Intelligence
And
and
I'll-
insight.
I'll set the best mood music. You guys ready? The best that I have.
I mean, Sigma's in the room, so.
Yep. I had a feeling. 5 successes.
Five successes. Okay. You watch as Sigma, he is hiding the limp well. He moves into his little kitchen and he pulls out some raw frozen meat, unwraps it, he starts to eat it, and then he limps to his, you can only imagine, bedroom. And Zeta's watching him like she's confused. You can also sense her stress. You can almost taste it. You can certainly
what-
smell it.
Which leg is he favoring?
His left. But in his room, he kicks the door open. He's like, "Give me a fucking second, all right?" And then he shuts the door behind him. And when he comes out, he's wearing totally different pants. Black jeans. And they're
There's like 3 inches of black boxers that are showing. And he's wearing a belly shirt. I mean, it looks... You're not sure if the tears are like industrial fashion or what, but they're mostly like covering one side, and then it's like curves and slashes like up around the belly button, catching some under boob action on one side, you know. He very gingerly lays down on the couch. He makes Zeta move and go get in a different chair. And then he lowers himself and he's like, all right, so what are we talking about? I forgot. Your boyfriend's pretty handsome, though. Dan. He gives you a wink. It was a really nice ride. I appreciate it.
Daniel just narrows his eyes at him. So you're gonna handle that leg situation or what?
Leg? Leg's fine.
No, it's not.
Well, you calling me a liar in my own house?
Yes. I literally watched you limp into your kitchen and then into your fucking bedroom. Not stupid.
It's alright. And he pulls out more of the meat out of his pocket and starts eating it. He plucks some lint off and pops it into his mouth like candy, and then lays like some of the shredded slabs on his abs and just like eats them like they're gummy worms. He's like, don't worry about it. It'll heal real fast. So, Daniel doesn't know, does he? And Zeta, like, looks at him sharply. Like, don't fucking... Like, why did I come to you? Daniel, let's go. She stands up. Oh, wait, don't just leave! Come on, he's proven himself. I mean, he fucked up my leg. I mean, he broke my hip, but, you know, whatever.
Your hip's broken. And
Yeah.
you decided it would be the best immediate thing to walk around.
Nah, he shrugs. And he's still eating. Hey, could you give me a beer? I'm kind of thirsty over here.
Why don't you and your broken hip go get it yourself?
Well, I would, but you know I got a broken hip and you're a doctor, right? You can't just let me wander around on a broken hip. That's pretty fucked up. What kind of a doctor are you, huh? Sadist? Listen here. I'll tell you what my little sister is hiding from you. You go get me a couple beers and you owe me a favor. Sound good? And Zeta
I'll
says,
owe you a favor.
no, you're not owing anyone a favor. Daniel, let's just leave. Sigma, I need to get in contact with Dad, please. I need to speak with him privately. And he's just eating. And he's like, are you gonna give me the beer?
Daniel will look at Zeta for a moment.
I'm sorry we even came here. I just need to talk to my dad. I don't want to get you involved, Daniel. Please.
It's a little late for that, don't you think?
It's not like that. I don't want you
You
to
seem to figure out that you came to my house
I
first.
because I needed someplace safe.
And you think I'm just gonna let you handle whatever you've got going on alone?
You should.
The fuck I will. Then he immediately go gets the beer.
And
If you won't tell me, I'll find out.
she follows you into the kitchen, and when you go to open the fridge, she puts her hand on it. Don't be like this, please. Anything that he says is not going to be worth it. I just need him to go talk, to get me a private audience with my dad. That's it. That's all I need from him. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Which you have a sinking suspicion will be never, because she runs from her problems. Yay, trauma.
Look me in my fucking eyes and say you're going to fucking tell me.
I'm gonna
When
tell
the
you.
time
I
is-
will. She can't meet your eyes.
You have yet to meet my eyes. And you're going to sit here and try to say you're going to hold true to that. Last chance. Before I force your hand out of the way, get the damn beer. Let me help you for once. Don't cut me out.
Mmm. You hear this very loud chewing sound.
God fucking damn it,
from the
Sigma.
doorway of the kitchen. Oh, don't let me interrupt. I'm just kind of enjoying this. It's better than TV.
What the fuck happened about your broken hip?
I told you it was gonna heal really fast. All I gotta do is eat a little bit.
Daniel sort of grinds his teeth for a moment in pure frustration. Like, the medical man inside of him is like, this guy's a fucking idiot. He literally has a broken hip. Supernatural or not, you have a broken hip. You shouldn't be walking around right now. And then he looks back at Zeta. So, are you going to play nice and tell me what's going on, or am I going to find out myself? Because if I remember correctly, you came back skin and bones. Do you think I didn't notice that as well? Really? Zeta? I can almost make the very clear assumption that you weren't away from me for 3 years because you chose to. And even now, you're going to try to hide from it from me from right now? Please, for the love of God, talk to me before I start taking matters into my own hands.
And you just hear Sigma. Just chowing.
Roll for me a charisma and a persuasion.
Does my advantage have effect here because it's a social roll?
Yep.
Okay. Add one more.
Sorry, I'm looking at your sheet. So if it turns, it just...
I watched it turn. Thank you.
Yep, that's me. That's me!
Okay. That is math brain hard. Okay. 4 successes and 1 critical, so 8.
Okay. So you lean into her, and like Sigma like comes into the tiny kitchen. He's a small king, but his aura like crowds this space. It's just like he's like 500 pounds of Garu moving up into your space, but he opens one of the windows, which doesn't make a lot of sense because he's got the AC running. And he's like, "Yeah, I think you should be fucking honest, Theta, and just let everybody know what's going on, like the whole audience." Just, and you hear Sigma's voice clear as day. Noah, and so does Kappa, and Kappa rushes around you, bumping into you. He murmurs sorry, and he comes to the kitchen window where he like ducks underneath. You can hear the whole conversation, just crystal clear.
Would I have heard any of that?
You're
Any of that running around?
You're pretty distracted. You can roll a wits and awareness. Noah, roll a wits and awareness as well.
I was gonna say I try to stealthily move to where Kappa is under the kitchen window.
Okay, I'll take that into consideration for the DC.
The wits and awareness is only 2. And you want me to go ahead and roll a dexterity and stealth?
Yep.
Did you want me to say my wits and awareness first before Noah does their thing?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, it's 3 successes and 1 critical, so 7.
Okay.
My wits and awareness was only 2. I did get a 4 on my stealth.
Okay.
So I got a critical. I mean, I can only get a 5 max with a critical. Like if I were to roll all like a critical and a success, that my max would be 5. Like I'm not a quiet boy.
So here's how it goes down. Sigma absolutely gives it away that there's someone out there listening. But even though you rolled that persuasion, you think there's something in her. She can't open her mouth, and you don't know why. She up and leaves the kitchen, and then you hear the front door open and slam. Doesn't close, just bounces off of the door frame, slapping into the aluminum siding. And there's just a tense beat where Sigma slows his chewing. Then he looks at you. Then he slowly reaches across the space, opens the fridge, takes a beer out, and closes it.
Daniel has his eyes pinched shut. He was practically begging for her to let him in. Give him something.
Marital problems are hard, says Sigma.
God fucking damn it! And as soon as Sigma like grabs his beer and such, Daniel ends up rushing past him, slamming the door shut. Hopefully he doesn't catch his hand in the process, but he's not letting her walk away this time. He's gonna chase after her.
She's leaned against the Camaro. She's wearing your clothes. And you think if she could disappear into them, she would be right now. She's hugging her middle tight. Legs are crossed, leaned, face down. Angry tears streaming down her cheeks. You're not sure if she's mad at you or herself.
Daniel will try to reach out to her. Seeing her in her current state, seeing the tears drip down her face, it makes the boiling frustration in his chest subside for the moment. And just a tinge of pain sort of lingers. Maybe he pushed too hard. Maybe he was too forceful. And if she doesn't pull away, he'll try to put a hand on her cheek.
She leans into the contact.
I just want to help you, Zeta. But I can't do that if you leave me in the dark.
She steps up in to your personal space, and her thin arms are wrapping around your waist. She buries her face into your chest, and she simply clings to you. So many words unspoken. You are an anchor, a pillar, in a world tumultuous for her. You can sense it easy enough. Why she won't tell you, you're not sure you can exactly understand. But we're going to fade out from the two of you for just a moment and slide to the kitchen window. The pop and hiss as Sigma uses his thumb to peel back the bottle that needs a bottle opener. And he gazes out through the mesh and makes eye contact with you, Noah. And then he drinks the beer slowly.
What? He, like, holds the contact awkwardly for like probably 3 to 5 seconds and then looks elsewhere. Probably over at Kappa.
Kappa's like half underneath the trailer. He doesn't know that you've been seen. He's like thinks he's hiding really good.
Right, yeah.
What's going on up there, boss?
So when you look at him, he looks at you, and he mouths, "They're being really quiet."
He just mouths, yeah. um, I mean, we heard them leave, right? The trailer, like it's
Yeah.
hard not to
Yeah.
hear the slamming of the.
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually gonna lean down really close so he can actually whisper. I don't think we're gonna hear anything from you. But we can definitely keep hiding so that they don't know we're here. Because I don't get you in trouble because we're supposed to live.
I'm not very good at hiding. I don't know how to do any of this.
Yeah, you know, I suck at hiding too.
You hear Sigma swallow the beer very, very loudly. Like almost cartoonishly, like gulp, 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 gulp.
So that's your sister?
Yeah, that's her. Kind of adopt. We look alike, but not really. Her mom was cousin to my mom, but like surprisingly only through marriage. But it's kind of weird how we're all related. Like it's like we're related but not related.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that how you're related to Sigma too? Like,
Yeah.
not really, but
We're not blood related, no. But we.
oh,
So when you go through, when you're chosen, it's weird. It's when you change, it's like you get picked into a pack, and there's just like family feelings injected into you. Kind of.
yeah.
Sigma makes me uncomfortable though. He doesn't care about that stuff. He'd probably sleep with his own cousin. Or like sister. He's uncomfortable. You hear the bottle get put down. And
He seems really just really open and boisterous, and I could see how he'd make you uncomfortable because you know you're not.
He like reaches up and like straightens his shirt, which is like, it's a turtleneck, right? And he's like, yeah, he shows off his chest a lot. I don't do that. You hear another beer open.
Noah like shakes his head and he's like, "That's okay. You don't have to do that to be." He like looks down. You don't have to do that to be cute.
You hear a crunching sound, like something being crushed. Cap's like, what's that? Did they hear us? We should stop talking.
Yeah.
And then zooming out from this little conversation to the front yard, it's been like 10 minutes of her just holding you, Daniel. And she sounds like she's in pain when she says, I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I just can't tell you. It's not that I don't think you're strong or like you can't help. I don't even know why.
truly can't tell me, can you? Daniel can't help but shut his eyes again. Alright then. If that's the case. Since you find my home to be a safe place, like I said, the door isn't closed to you. You can come and go as you please. I intend to help you, even if you refuse to tell me what exactly is going on. But I don't give a damn what it is. You are not doing this on your own. I'll find a fucking way to help you.
She just starts crying anew. And the tears against her thin face are pathetic and innocent. Relieved.
Daniel just... Go ahead, Dia.
They're relieved and happy and sad and miserable. And she croaks your name and curls against you.
And Daniel will just hold her tighter. Press her further into him like a pillar. Keep her from shattering.
When you finally look up, the front door is open, and Sigma is leaning against the frame, eating a couple raw hot dogs. He's just pulling them out of the package and sucking those glizzies down. Just a little, and he almost chokes on one. Sorry, I hate to break up the moment, but you both good now? You all right? And Zeta just gives him a look and swipes up her eyes and says, "You did that on purpose, didn't you?" Hey, they don't call me Cupid for nothing, huh? You bastard. He just laughs. Come on, you two kids.
Does Daniel notice that the motorcycle is still here?
Oh yeah. They didn't hide it.
No.
Daniel can't help but pinch the bridge of his nose.
All right.
No, it
And he
doesn't
just
move till Kappa does.
Kappa like comes around the corner like a kitten that's just like being held in its mother's mouth, like shoulders kind of forward, like moving, like I'm in trouble.
could have sworn you were told to leave.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically they did, right? They like sort of like what do you mean, like taking a pee in the woods or something?
Sure.
No, when somebody gives you a way out like that, you just go with it. It's called a yes and, all right? You say yes and then you add a little bit to it. Like, yeah, I was going pee, Sigma, out in the woods, and I was coming back to my bike, and then I just happened to hear... Get in here.
Okay.
Okay, so you want an audience with Dad. I can do it, but I gotta tell you, I'm not in the business anymore. I'm a fucking retired man now. You're retired? You've been gone for a long time, sis. I don't do that thing. I don't do that life anymore. And Kappa just looks at him like, what life did you do?
I don't know. It's like just quietly listening, trying to take in all the information. Yeah. What'd you do?
It's not really important. Let's just say it was kind of. I don't want to be like, I was like a G.I. Joe elite force, you know, real like stand-up kind of assassin guy. I just did what needed to be done, alright?
I'm sorry, did you just use the word assassin?
No, I didn't. You want a hot dog? Oh, that's right. You only drink blood now, huh? A real Dracula! And he like sucks down the hot dog and almost chokes on it again. It's like, damn, I'm gonna get used to that one day. And Kappa like flushes and looks away.
No, it looks like he wants to say something and holds it back.
Zeta, it goes over her head.
I would like to remind you that I did drink a beer earlier, and I could eat a hot dog, but I prefer mine cooked. Hot dog snob. But thanks for the offer.
Yeah, sure thing. These ones say they're all, I don't know, beef? Probably not. Alright, so look, I've been retired for a long time, and I do what I want to do now. But for you, I get you an audience with Dad. But you're gonna have to help me in return. All of you.
With what?
Alright, listen, it's real important. Daniel, I'm gonna need to borrow your home. Noah, I'm gonna need to borrow...
Fucking what?
I'm gonna need to borrow your energy. And Kappa, I'm gonna need your brain.
Why do I feel like this is going in a really ridiculous direction?
I'm sorry, why the fuck do you need my house?
Well, it's bigger than my nice apartment here, right? I'm just gonna need to borrow your floor plan a little bit, that's all.
For what?
Well, you gotta say yes first.
We don't know what we're saying yes to.
Well, it's either you say yes and you help me out, or I'm not gonna help Zeta out and you're gonna have to, like, sit the whole pack on you.
Yeah, he can't hold back the growl there. It's frustrating.
And he throws the empty hot dog package on his floor. And he gets up. He's like, I'll let you think about it. And he goes and gets another package. This time the hot dogs are frozen. They got a nice crunch as he eats them.
If it's within reaching distance, I pick up the empty package so that I can throw it away later.
Yeah, you and Kappa, your fingers like touch as you're both reaching for it, and then he pulls his hand away.
Sorry.
It's okay. So there's like crunchy hot dog. All right, did you guys think about it?
I mean, my part of the deal's easy. I'm not sure what you mean by yeah. I mean, I'm down, but
Perfect.
I can't
exactly
speak
what I
for
wanted to do.
Daniel.
Daniel, I'm just gonna need to borrow it for like a couple days. And you, my sister's living there anyways, so it's not gonna be a bad deal.
A couple days? What are we doing?
Like a weekend. He makes like kind of a motion with his hand, like, yeah, like a weekend. Huh? What do you say?
Daniel hates this idea. But he doesn't hate it enough to not help Zeta, so he's fine.
Great.
Fucking fine.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. Alright. I'll go take a look at tonight. I'll go see what I can find out on Daddy Dearest, alright? And when we can get you all situated and whatnot. And when the time comes and I need your house, I'll fill you in on what I need you to do. Sound fair?
At least let me know when you're going to arrive, that we don't have a welcoming party.
Oh, you'll know.
No, I'm being 100% serious. Don't come unexpected.
Should we, like, I mean, I got Daniel's number outside, and I mean, I've got Kappa's number, but should we all, like, exchange numbers so we can, I mean, apparently we're all kind of in whatever this is together
He,
now?
like, Sigma looks at you and winks, is like, alright, you can have my number. And the look on his face is like, because we're meeting for the first time today, right now.
Right, but he doesn't say it, right? It's just his face says it, but he doesn't say it again, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He puts his digits under Glizzy God.
Oh my god.
And the
God
note
damn it.
underneath says, deep throat, good time.
Oh
What the,
god.
what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. I see that you caught on that I use nicknames in my phone.
Yeah,
to
like
remember.
Camaro guy, so I thought, I'd go with a
Yeah.
little G theme.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, was there anything else we needed to do tonight? I mean, the night is. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I'm gonna
Sorry.
watch the Godzilla special if you guys want to watch. I also got Lord of the Rings on. I mean, you got anywhere else to be?
I look at Kappa.
Kappa looks at you.
Is there anywhere else we needed to be
He
tonight?
just kind of shrugs and he gives you this like desperate, like, I don't know what's happening.
You know what? I think I needed to. I'm gonna check my phone. What time is it?
It's just midnight.
Oh, yeah, you're just very young.
Oh, okay, cool. Too late
what?
for.
Oh, sorry, the music got really intense.
He's like, oh, wait a minute. Looking at the time. Oh.
Yeah, I needed to. He's looking for an excuse. Like, oh god.
You need to watch the special with me or Lord of the Rings. Good idea.
I think we'll get Kappa. We got time for the Godzilla special, and then I should drive Kappa home.
Sure thing. He's a good kid. Emphasis on the kid. Kappa's like, hey. He's like, what?
Daniel will look down at Zeta. Who is she still clinging to him?
Yeah. She's like, she kind of shrugs at you, like, if you want to stay, we can.
I guess Daniel will check his phone just to make sure there haven't been any texts or calls or anything
Nope.
in the meantime.
Nope. I mean, you could try and come up with an excuse, but,
He's not looking for one. He's just making sure no one's trying.
Sigma's
reach
just
him.
grinning, like, yeah, come on.
He puts his phone away. He's up for a movie.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. He leans back, and he's got this nice ass remote, and he presses a button. The nicest thing in this ramshackle piece of shit tin can is the 65-inch flat screen TV that
Takes
comes,
up the whole wall.
that comes sliding and popping down from the ceiling like this was a bed.
Oh, I'm like, how does this? What? Where does it even go?
You
Damn.
all have to sit on the couch side by side. And it goes Kappa, Noah, Sigma, Zeta, Daniel.
Good. Good.
And he's like, you know what? I'm feeling Lord of the Rings extended edition. It's pretty good. And he puts it on.
Wait.
You guys got time, right? Still young.
Only for one.
And he's like, na 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 na. And he's like, God, it gets me every time. Na 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 na. And he sings along.
Daniel looks like he wants to fucking throw Sigma out a goddamn window.
I'll lean over, quietly whisper to Kappa. I mean, at least it's a good movie.
The fuck?
Gonna ignore the fact that he's like thigh to thigh with Kappa and thigh to thigh with Sigma. He's like, God damn.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great. I mean, yeah. Noah loves The Lord of the Rings. It's a great movie.
And we're going to fade out as the extended edition begins to roll. I think we're going to end there for tonight.
That's a tight fit on that couch. 5 grown-ass adults. Thank you
wasn't
for
me.
the game.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you,
Thank
chat,
you.
for listening. Really quickly, let's hear from our players. Favorite moment in the game tonight. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with Malcolm.
Favorite moment of the night was probably Evan and the fight scene. Just fighting in the car and getting like thrown out of it.
Oh man, the car.
The poor car. And like I'm worried about Delta. Like where is she? Is she okay?
All right,
Why is
Evan.
this ass
What was your favorite?
got her car?
Oh. I love Lord of the Rings. My favorite's going to be the date night they're having right now. Just thigh to thigh on that couch.
All right, Striker Sly. What's your favorite part?
This very good question. I think it would be Sigma opening the window and, oh yeah, why don't you just tell everybody about your problems, man? It just fucking cracks me up. I was laughing the whole time. I'm like, you son of a bitch. It's just really funny. That I enjoyed that thoroughly. So yes, that was good.
And what about you, Nan Chan?
Gosh, I don't have a lot. I have a lot of moments I really liked. I also really liked Sigma's unsubtle window opening. I really liked the Noah and Kappa crouched under the trailer, talking quietly, thinking they're hiding, but knowing that they're not. But I also really liked the panicked conversation between Jihoon and Gamma. A lot, actually.
It's a stress. It's a very stress.
All right, Alex. What was your favorite part?
Oh, definitely Jihoon losing the goddamn mind over the fact that Gamma brought more people into his house. Well, even though it is still Gamma's house,
Shut the fuck up! It is totally not. That's bullshit. It's my house. It's my
Nah,
house.
it's Gamma's house. Nah,
It's totally
Gamma's house.
Gamma's.
Oh man. I'm glad you guys are having a good. I'm having a blast.
Good. I was gonna say, what was your favorite part, storyteller?
Each scene had its own favorite part.
Yeah, they're all good. You're all good. You're all fantastic.
But I would say your characters' reactions to all the little things in the story are my favorite. Yeah. And now I've unleashed Mist.
Oh no.
Join us in 2 weeks. Same time.
2 weeks.
Same channel.
So long.